Good morning, everyone. Today I say hi from my car and I say hi from Italy. Finally, we are back with an Italian video, and today we are going to go for a small 2-day trip. So I'm gonna bring you with us in this vlog style video, and we are going to explore a nice region in southern Italy, one of my favorites to be honest, which is Puglia region. We are going to visit 2 towns, which hopefully gonna be really nice. I have nice expectations, and the first destination for today is Lecce, the city of Lecce, which is one of the main cities in Puglia, in particular in the Salento Peninsula, and it is also a historical city with a long history. It was founded over 2000 years ago, but it's also famous for its Baroque style architecture dating back to the 17th century. So we have nice expectations. Let's see how the day unwinds, how the day goes, and I'll leave you for now with our beautiful surroundings, and see you later for the next part of the video. Bye bye. Okay, so after driving for a while, we arrived in Lecce. We checked in our accommodation, and in the meantime we started to have a walk in the historical center. It got dark, so for today we are going to conclude the video just with a few words about the historical town of Lecce. Imagine that we have seen that there are really a lot of historical monuments and also churches. There are almost around 40 churches in Lecce, plus other historical monuments. Some of them we will show tomorrow. But the interesting thing is that despite the richness in terms of artistic value, everything is quite reachable within walking distance. So we will keep having a walk for the evening, and see you tomorrow in the next part of the video. Good morning from our second day in Lecce. Today we have a beautiful sunny day, as you can see. We are lucky enough because the weather here in Lecce is always pretty mild, even in winter, because we are in the southern part of Italy's hill, Puglia region. We will spend the morning in Lecce, wandering around and exploring some of the most interesting churches. Well, we are lucky enough to have a very beautiful church just behind us, the Church of Santa Teresa. But before moving on, you might have wondered what's the color of the building behind me. It's pretty unique, and this is also a unique trait of Lecce. Lecce is famous for one of its main exports, which is the so-called Lecce stone, a particular kind of limestone, which makes Lecce quite famous in Italy and also internationally, because this stone is very soft and can be easily used for creating sculpture. So this gives the city this beautiful, unique look which we are experiencing today. So between exploring one church and the other, we also took some time to visit the Roman period of Lecce. This city, as I mentioned before, it's really ancient. It dates back to over 2000 years ago, and it was also a relatively important center. If we think that it had an amphitheater, which is not here but close to here, and a theater, which is the construction that you can see behind me. And it was the place where the Romans would enjoy spectacles, so shows, tragedies or comedies. The theater used to had a very interesting structure with the section called the cavea, where the people would sit and admire the shows. But if you want to know more about the Roman theaters, I recommend checking my video of Benevento and its beautiful theater. After a short yet intense immersion in the art and architecture of Lecce, which gave the city the name of the Lady of Baroque, we're saying goodbye to Lecce and heading to our next destination. So see you later for the next part of the video. Welcome to the second destination for today. We arrived at Alberobello, a small town in the province of Bari, around 1 hour drive from Lecce. This town, as you will see tomorrow, is characterized by a particular style of buildings. Stay tuned because I think it's going to be very, very interesting. Good morning from the third day here in Puglia and Alberobello. This is the last day of our trip. Before leaving, we will explore the town, but let me give you just some information about what are these buildings with the characteristic shape that you can see behind me. This is what Alberobello is famous for, and this building is called Trullo. The name probably comes from the Greek tholos, which means dome, because as you can see from the buildings behind me, they have a characteristic shape built with, let's say, a circular base of walls and then a dome, okay, built with the local stone. Thanks to this characteristic shape, the Trulli and Alberobello have been listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. We are now visiting the Trullo Sovrano, which would mean translate in English as Sovereign Trullo. It is the biggest one among these buildings in Alberobello. This was built more than 200 years ago by a noble family, and it is quite unique in its construction, in its architecture, because it features multiple rooms and even a second floor and a large dome 14 meters high. Let's tell some interesting information about the Trulli. From the videos you might have seen that the top of the Trulli, usually the dome, have some symbols, and this is pretty interesting because there's also ancient symbols that were usually linked to some religious, mystical or primitive meaning.
And also most of the Trulli have their pinnacle on top. The shape of the pinnacle is usually linked to the stonemason that made that pinnacle. So we have come to the conclusion of our beautiful 3 days holiday in Puglia. We started with Lecce, one of the capitals of Italian Baroque. Then we ended up with Alberobello and its beautiful Trulli with their distinctive yet enigmatic shape. So we are going to go back and keep beautiful memories in our mind. If you want to visit Italy, I recommend also coming to Puglia. Please let me know if you have already been there or visited one of these places. I'll be happy to give you any suggestions. And as always, I'll see you in the next adventure.